A lot of players are asking me if I can create my top attackers in OPBR. So today we're gonna rank my top attackers in the current meta. I will explain why they're strong, why they're underrated, and also some special mentions that can still pop off in League. Let's jump into it. Hey, what's up, my brother? Number 1 is still Kizaru, and honestly it's actually crazy how this character is still the best attacker in the game right now. Like, my brother, this unit is supposed to get countered already, but somehow the meta is protecting him. Even with all the units that can deal with him, it's still not enough. Kizaru still dominates League because of the mobility, the pressure, the annoying survivability, and the insane damage output. And the scary part is a good Kizaru player is still hard to stop. Like, if the player actually has brain cells and knows positioning, knows the timing, yeah, good luck. And this is why I'm hoping the next EX hard counters not just Kizaru but also News J, because right now those two are still controlling the meta heavily. So if you have Kizaru, just keep using him. Whatever happens in the next banners, this character is still top 1 attacker in my opinion, except if they're planning to hard counter him and News J. Next we got Kubo, and yeah, my brother, in my opinion this unit is top 2 right now, especially because there's so many Saturn players again in League. This unit is one of the best counters, not just against Saturn but also against runners in general. And my brother Kuma's skill 2 is still one of the best skills in the game for me, okay? That skill is so annoying, so useful, and can completely change team fights if you have that timing. This unit brings utility, pressure, survivability, and damage all together. And the reason I rate this unit so highly is because it can actually impact games. Like, even if you don't get crazy KOs, you still help your team a lot. And honestly, Kubo players who know what they're doing are scary. Okay, my brother, this one right here, a lot of people probably won't agree with me, but Garp is still my top 3 attacker in the meta. And I honestly think players completely misunderstand this character. People think Garp is weak because he's not brain dead. Well, that's literally the problem, I guess, for some players. Garp is one of those characters where if you messed up once, you explode instantly. Like, you're done, you'll get cooked. But if your timing is good and you actually know how to play him, brother, this unit can cook in the current meta. Really. Let me explain real quick, okay? Garp can deal with Whitebeard, EX Whitebeard, okay? Blackbeard V2, Saturn. Yeah, Saturn is a good punching bag when I'm using Garp, but that should be a 1v1 fight, okay? Gear 5 V2, easy to deal with, and even News J, sometimes if you got enough damage though. And yes, even Kizaru, especially if the Kizaru player is not using at least 1% of his brain cell. The reason nobody talks about Garp anymore is because he actually requires a good timing. You need a very good timing, good positioning, and you need to know when to engage. But if you master him, he becomes one of the best cleanup attackers in the game. If you need to clear those enemy, yeah, he's a good pick. Next we got Egghead Chopper, and yeah, this unit is still dangerous though, really. The damage output is actually crazy, especially the multi-hit. If you get caught by the damage, you can disappear instantly. Also, good against runners and King V1. And what makes Chopper strong is that he can still survive in this current meta while also doing huge damage, which is hard for attackers nowadays because the meta is so brutal. You only need keys and you're good to go. Well, this unit is definitely one of those characters that can snowball hard if played correctly. So yeah, definitely my top 4. Next, we got Blackbeard V2, and honestly, this character is still good, but again, not a brain-dead unit. Most Blackbeard players right now, honestly, they use him like a defender instead of an attacker. But if you actually time your counters correctly and play patiently, this unit can still destroy people. The issue is if your timing is bad, just like me, and you just spam skills. Well, I don't spam though. Then your BBV2 become a free food, in my opinion. Like, he's easy to deal with, really. And that's why Blackbeard V2 is kind of mixed in the current meta. Strong character, but easy to deal with if the player is predictable. Still, definitely deserves top 5. And finally, Blue EX Luffy. Yes, he is still in my top attackers. Main reason, the damage. The damage output is still absolutely disgusting. And the fact that he counters News J alone already gives him huge value in the meta. This unit can still KO a lot of meta characters if played correctly, but just like Garp, surviving in this current meta is hard. It's still basically a glass cannon, but offensively still one of the scariest attackers, damage output in the game. Alright, my brother. Now, let's move to the special mentions because there's still some attackers that can definitely cook in League, whether they're EX or non-EX, okay? So, attacker Frankie is actually decent in the meta. Sometimes this unit looks completely broken, but the moment enemies start targeting you or you get countered properly, yeah, it gets rough. Still, if you can control fights and counter the enemy, first, Frankie can absolutely pop off. Next is Dalton. In my opinion, this unit is mostly good against Kizaru, and because there's still a lot of Kizaru players in League, sometimes Dalton can actually cook. But outside of favorable matchup against Kiz, he's kinda easy to deal with. Very scenario-based character for me. Next is Sai. I think Sai is decent, but not super impactful in the current meta. Again, very scenario-based. After the character adjustment, he became playable, but still easy to deal with in my opinion. Still usable though and still fun, but not top tier in my opinion. The next is Attacker Sengoku. This unit is actually fun, especially against News J and Blackbeard Pirates, but my brother, please make sure this unit is level 100. There's a huge difference between level 80 and maxed Sengoku. Overall, decent attacker and fun to use, but still easy to deal with in most situations. Well, his weakness is Gear 5 V2, so yeah, you're good to go. Next is Akainu, and honestly, my brother, the current meta is just brutal for Akainu. The newer EX units are so strong that Akainu kinda struggles. Well, I think it's the meta impact. But if you build him properly and spam that skill 2 correctly, he can still cook. The problem is you need to work way harder compared to modern EX units. Still scenario based, but definitely still dangerous in the right hands and if you counter most of the enemy units. Okay, next is EX Zoro. Very scenario based right now. You mostly pop off against Saturn players because he hard counters Saturn. But outside of that, the current meta honestly doesn't favor him. Still fun though. I'm still having fun with Zoro. And the good Zoro players can still make him work at some point. But it's so hard. It's tough out there. Next is ASL. This unit is actually fun if you like doing everything. Attacking, defending, capturing flags, moving around, helping the team. A lot of players even use him more like a runner. I've seen people use him as a runner and a defender. Well, the meta is rough for him too, but overall still a solid and fun unit. Next, and finally, we got HEG. Very scenario based attacker, but he's actually a really good counter against Red Rock. Easy to deal with overall, but definitely fun to use if you want something different. But if you master HEG, I think you're gonna cook out there though. But yeah, my brother, that's my top attackers in the current OPBR meta. And honestly, this meta is weird right now because some older units are still surviving somehow while newer units are struggling. But let me know your top attackers down below because I already know some people gonna disagree with my Garp placement, and honestly, that's completely fine. Who cares? And yeah, that's it for this video. You know the drill. Stay salty, stay awesome, and salty rock. Now signing off.